mountainous rainforests. These nocturnal animals tend to live alone and are actually kind of lazy. They sleep 14 to 15 hours a day, then munch some leaves and then wait for them to digest. But despite this, the Matschie's kangaroo is very strong and active. Thanks to its muscles, it can easily leap from tree to tree, jumping up to 10 meters. It has no trouble jumping all the way down too, even from a height of 15 meters, all thanks to its powerful muscles and a kind of built-in shock absorbers in the joints. Another unusual feature of the Matschie's kangaroo is the absence of sweat glands. You know, sometimes it happens in the animal world. Because of this, instead of sweating, these animals lick themselves, maintaining the optimal body temperature. Unfortunately today, these extraordinarily cute animals are endangered, mostly due to hunting and destruction of their native forests for agricultural use. To avoid the complete extinction of the Matschie's tree kangaroo, there are protected areas for them. One of them, established in 2009, extends over 760 square kilometers. Bongo. This animal belongs to one of the African forest antelope species. Among all species of Africa, this one is the most numerous and most outstanding. Just look at it. It's not an antelope, it's a piece of art. A striped one. Bongos reach up to 1.3 meters in height, while their horns can grow up to a meter, which makes them quite heavy for the animal to wear. Really dexterous too. These animals easily slip under fallen trees and branches instead of jumping over them. As they make their way through the dense vegetation, they raise their heads, lining their horns along their bodies so that they won't pick on trunks and branches. Bongos feed on leaves and shoots, ripping them off on the move. After noticing something delicious above, the antelopes rest their hooves on the trunk of the tree and try to pull up to get the treat. Tamandua. This species of anteaters, called the tamandua, live in the tropical rainforests of South and Central America. They're quite picky at choosing a place to live, as they need it to be perfectly warm and wet. If there's a bonus such as a lake or a river nearby, their life is set. These animals are almost twice as small as their relatives, the giant anteaters. They only reach up to 70 centimeters in length, and their tail is even shorter, and they weigh no more than 5 kilograms. Their extraordinary fur makes tamanduas seem like toys, and their coat pattern makes them look like they're all wearing vests. Tamandua's sharp claws obstruct their walking, which is why they have to walk on the sides of their forefeet. Obviously, you can't run away from enemies walking like this, so tamanduas prefer to wait, standing still. But if an attack is inevitable, they get up on their hind legs, spread their front legs, and defend themselves with their claws. Mandarin duck. Duck looks like one of those weird animals that lived in Newt's suitcase. This is a relatively small forest bird, weighing from 0.4 to 0.7 kilograms, and it would be the most ordinary bird if it weren't for its appearance. The male mandarin duck's wedding suit makes them stand out among other ducks for its very colorful feathers. For almost a year, from September to July, these birds show off their bright feathers, and it's hard to believe that they really exist. Mandarin ducks would probably feel quite comfortable next to the nifflers, swooping evils, and all sorts of okamis. By the way, these ducks have another distinguishing feature. It's the only duck species that perch on trees. Their nests can be found at a height of over 6 meters. Peacock. Ask someone what is the most beautiful bird and they're probably going to say it's the peacock, with its gorgeous colorful tail that makes it look really festive. Each feather is decorated with an eye-like pattern. You must have seen them. On the top of their head too, peacocks have a crown-shaped crest. Turns out, aside from the peacocks we're used to, there is another kind, white peacocks. Some wrongly assume that they are albinos, while actually researchers have singled out white peacocks as a separate species, discovered in India at the beginning of the 18th century. Albinos have no pigmentation of the feathers because of a gene failure, while the feathers of this peacock are colored white. White peacocks usually have blue eyes, which is rare for these birds.